upside down. Don't be blue, we're here for you. It's about that candy sweater. The tickle mites, yeah. 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 The tickle mites, 1, 2, 3. The tickle mites are here to make you happy. Don't be sad, don't be blue. The cotton candy here for you. The tickle mites everywhere. Sing that jingle if you dare. You won't be down, you won't be gloom. Wanna be rude, there ain't no room. The tickle mites, yeah. 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 Turn your frown upside down. Don't be blue, we're here for you. It's about that candy sweater.
Hello. It's your boy Rocky.
Boy Mello.
And today we have a special guest on Candy Swag, Book Reviews, and More. Today we have our 5th guest on Candy Swag, Book Reviews, and More, Mrs. Chavis. So, we're going to take a look at this video.
Children do not come to school to misbehave or misinterpret instruction. Children come to school to first have their needs met. Once their needs are met, then they are able to come to school and focus on learning. As educators, we must recognize and celebrate the child for exactly who they are. We must speak to that spirit inside of them that is yearning for love and attention. Helping children build a positive self-image and high self-esteem is of the utmost importance to me, and it truly does make a difference in the classroom.
Alrighty. So, Miss Chavis, how does it feel to be our 5th guest on Candy Swag, Book Reviews, and More?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be able to chat with you guys and talk to the superstars themselves. I'm so thankful. I'm so honored for the opportunity.
Okay. So, hello.
Okay, why did you become a teacher?
Oh, you're taking me back. You're taking me back. You're making me feel old here. I became a teacher because one of my teachers really did inspire me. It was actually my kindergarten teacher. She literally changed my perspective on life because I was like, I don't really like to learn. I don't want to learn how to read. None of that. And she taught me how to read and she poured so much into me. I said, wow, she literally changed my whole outlook on life. And I wanted to do the same thing for my students to be able to inspire, change the future just through one child at a time. So it's like sowing seeds. You're just planting little seeds and you're watching them grow. So yeah.
So describe the first day of school with Miss Chavis.
First day of school back in August, we do a lot of get to know you stuff, like getting to know each other, building teamwork. Yeah, the kids, they really do a lot of bonding things. And since it's the first day of school, they don't know each other at all. So we do a lot of like name games where you have to learn each other's names and learn a fun fact about each other. And then we do some different team building activities, some fun things just to build team, community, and all that stuff in the class.
You sound like a fun teacher, Miss Chavis.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Okay, what are some things and like items you are accomplishing this year?
So the biggest thing I really want to accomplish this year is to have every child grow. That's not always easy, but I really want to have student growth from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. I want them to be able to grow a full grade level so everybody will leave my classroom saying, I grew. I feel like I'm a better person after I left Miss Chavis'
Yeah,
class.
not only a fun teacher, but an
Yeah.
inspirational teacher
Yeah.
as well. So,
Yes, well, thank you.
describe the first 15 minutes in Mrs. Chavis's classroom.
Yeah, so we come in, we have breakfast, we unpack. Breakfast is provided by the
Yeah,
school, so they have their breakfast, and while they're having their breakfast, they're kind of decompressing from their morning, unpacking their materials, and then we transition to what's morning work
yeah,
time, and then we have like a mini morning meeting where I just do a quick temperature check to check how to see how the children are doing. How was your evening? How are you feeling so far? We say our good mornings in different types
yeah,
of ways. I might say buenos dias.
yeah,
I might say good morning, and then we kind of just do a community building activity where we just check in with
yeah.
everybody.
That sounds great. What
Yeah.
what makes a good day at school, and what are some challenging days at school?
Ooh, a good day. Ooh, a good day. I would say, a good day would be when all 18 of my students are
Yeah.
engaged in the learning, engaged in the lesson, and actually trying
Yeah.
to learn. So whenever they're all engaged, actively listening, and just participating in the lessons, I would say that's a
Yeah.
good day. Now, when it comes to challenges, you got those challenges. Um, yeah, so behaviors is definitely the biggest challenge. Just trying to teach while other students are having
Yeah.
behaviors, acting out, not paying attention, looking at the sky when I'm teaching from the board. Those are probably the biggest
Yeah, and I
challenges.
feel like sometimes if like a kid's way that he's having at home, he might bring that to school,
Yeah.
and I feel like that
Yeah.
could be more challenging trying to deal with that one kid maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. It's hard for them to leave home stuff at home and,
Yeah.
focus up at school, especially when it's a lot going on at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are the best and most challenging things about being a teacher?
Okay. The best, honestly, I would say the best things about being a teacher is just having old students come back like years
Yeah.
from now and be like, Miss Chavis, you remember me? And they'll tell me like how I inspired them or something. Like, for example, yesterday I got a note in my mailbox at school from one of my students 2 years ago. So now they're in fifth
Yeah.
grade. And it said something like, thank you for always believing
Yeah.
in me. And that was like the best thing ever. I got emotional and I was like, I gotta go find her. I gotta give her a hug and tell her she
Yeah.
made my day. Like little moments like that make it all worth it. But of course, a couple of the worst things, we got some difficult times as well. Seeing students struggle and you really try everything you
Yeah.
can to help them, but you really are not getting through to them. That's really really hard. That's a big
Yeah.
challenge when you can't support but you're
Yeah.
trying. And then of course having when their parents are unsupportive as well, that's really really
Yeah.
challenging because I'm doing everything I can do at school, but if the parents not doing what they need to do at home, that's also a really
Yeah.
really big challenge.
Okay, like how do you show your school spirit? Like how do you do all that stuff?
Well, I'm a little dramatic. I'm a little extra when it comes to school spirit and, trying to get on the kids' level and stuff. As you guys know, I have the teacher TikTok that I
Yeah.
do where we make the, TikToks
Yeah.
look like that. But in regards to my school, I show school spirit. We wear our school shirts. I probably should have worn one today, but we wear our school shirts that has our logo on it. We're the Shark Squad, so we call ourselves, the Simpkins Shark Squad. We say a pledge every morning. We say Simpkins Sharks swim. So not literally like swim, but the SWIM stands for
Yeah.
something. So the S stands for showing respect. The W stands for working for excellence. The I stands for including everyone. And the M stands for making responsible choices. So we recite that every single morning. I also recite it every single morning because I feel like it's something that we all need to
Yeah.
live by every single day when we come to school.
So what does the
Mm-hmm.
pledge sound like?
I mean, you're literally just saying it. It's sink and shark swim. We show respect. We work for excellence, and there's like hand
Yeah.
gestures with it. We include everyone, and we make responsible choices. And then you go swim sharks like a shark,
Yeah.
like baby shark. You know,
I
yeah.
remember we used to have something like that at our school. We
Yeah.
had every letter meant something in the
Yeah.
that's very cool. Like especially like when you said it's something to live by. It's definitely something to live by. Showing respect.
Exactly. Right. Showing respect, making responsible choices,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
So Miss Chavis, do you think that teachers' personalities affect the student success?
Oh yeah. If you're a dry, boring teacher, your teachers are gonna if you're dry and boring, your students are gonna be dry and boring. You know, like if you're not giving them energy, they're not gonna give you energy. If you come to school miserable, they're gonna be miserable. They're not gonna want to be there. So I try to give them excitement. I try to give them, high energy. I try to be, the cool teacher. But yeah, I definitely think personalities affect learning. The more fun and more engaging you are, the more they'll want to learn, the more they'll want to listen and perform for you.
Especially like even if you're feeling down or anything, that's still like a more challenging thing. Like still trying to entertain and teach the students at a very happy personality.
Yeah, and our grandma.
Yeah, that's a struggle because every day is not a good day, you know?
Grandma does the same thing. She's always energizing us, make us happy when we're not, feeling it or whatever. She just makes us happy.
Yeah, she brings the joy.
We love what you do to your, TikToks and everything, and we're very big fans of you. And
yes, ma'am.
Thank you. We are huge, huge, huge fans of you guys. I don't think you guys understand. When I tell you, you are literally celebrities at my school. You are literally celebrities. When I started reading the Tickle Mites book to my students this year, they were ecstatic. They started singing the song, and a lot of them like see themselves in you. They're like, "Hey, I look like him, and he reminds me of me, and I do that too." And one of my students this year, his name is AJ. Another one has a brother named Mello. So there's a lot of connections. Yeah, and they're like so excited, and they're like, "You get to talk to the Tickle Mites. Please tell them we said hi." I'm like, I sure will, because they are like ecstatic, and they get so engaged in the book when I'm reading about you guys. They're like, "What's gonna happen next?" And they get so mad when I only read one chapter a day. They're like, "Can you keep reading?" I'm like, guys, we gotta go. Time to go. Time to transition to something else. So yeah, you guys are awesome. I can't wait till you come back to the school.
I remember we came I think it was back in March, was it? Yeah, Black History Month. And
February.
Yeah, I remember your class. They were excited to see us, and even this class, the classes that you've had throughout the years, they really like to see us.
Yeah, they go follow you guys on TikTok and stuff. Yeah.
So, Miss Chavis, if you could pass like any wisdom on to your students, what would it be?
I would say, which I do tell them, every single day, just come to school ready to learn and try your personal best. Your best may not be better. Your best may not be as good as someone else's best, or you might have your own version of your best, but try your best every single day and make sure you put forth effort to make your family proud. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, that's what we believe in as well. Put it in effort.
Yes, I love it.
Even if your best isn't as good as anybody else's best, it's still your best. You're putting in effort towards that. So, describe what after school hours are like for you.
Meetings after meetings after meetings after meetings. It's so much. But this is parent-teacher conference season where I get to talk with the parents about how their child is doing. So I really like parent-teacher conferences because that's when, the parent gets a look into their day to see how they're really doing. Because, y'all kids, y'all don't really tell the whole truth about how your day is going. So I get to tell them, spill the beans, basically. But there's a lot of meetings too. We have like staff meetings and different types of meetings, training sessions that we have after school, which boo, those are not fun, but yeah, and then I'm grading papers, checking to see how they did that day, stuff like that.
And I've always wondered, like, what do teachers do after school?
Yeah,
So I
me
finally
too.
get to ask that question to a teacher.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. We stay there. We do our lesson plans to prepare for the next week or the next day. We have to, everything that we teach you, we have to prepare. You know, we have to get it together. We have to read over it ourselves so we know what we're teaching, you know.
Well, Miss Chavis's class, we will see you
soon. Very soon.
So, this is the last question for today, Miss Chavis. How does technology make teaching easier or harder for teaching?
Technology definitely makes teaching easier. Because it allows students to, my students have iPads. Each of them have their own individual iPad where they follow along with me with the different PowerPoints and stuff. And then I have a big smart board in my classroom where I get to project different visuals and different things I want to show the kids, and the TV helps show images and videos as well. So to me, the technology makes teaching a lot easier because it's not like old school where they're just listening to me and not being able to see what I'm talking about. So now they can actually see it in front of them, like the PowerPoint slide or the video, or they might be reading a passage about something. It could be right there in front of them.
And sometimes with teaching, I think, or learn students as well, is technology could be sometimes difficult, like especially with kicking, like booting you out, or technical problems and stuff like that. That'll make it, I think, harder sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure. All the little glitchy stuff, and all of that is a struggle for sure.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
Yes. And remember, there's always something to be grateful for.
And Miss Chavis, what do you have to say to the people or to the students, to your students?
Yes, guys, keep trying your best. You guys are awesome, and I'm so thankful to be on this show.
So we're excited to have you on Candy Swag, Book Reviews, and more. Peace. What do I have to special? Peace.
Turn your phone upside down. Don't be boo, we're here for you. It's about that candy swag. The tickle mics, the tickle mics, the tickle mics, the tickle mics,